I proved with that TD Ameritrade account, just with money management alone, just the money management principles alone, just like Larry Williams illustrated for a whole year of it, do 100% over 5-week intervals. If you keep doing 100% every 5 weeks, what do you get? Yeah, a world record. And it doesn't matter what balance you start with because it's all percentage, right? So you're all worried about being perfect and not losing money when you should be worrying about risk and learning how to manage yourself. I literally, no fucking bones about it, I literally sat there in that account when I wasn't answering individual questions. I sat there and my son sat with me. I flipped my fucking coin and said, okay, here it is. If it lands on tails, I have to be a seller. If it lands on, the opposite, I got to be a buyer. And I have to do that. And I have to use money management to get out of all of it. That's what my TD Ameritrade account was. And it still beats the shit out of everybody else you see on YouTube. You see these people struggling on Twitter? That account has not been updated since November 4th, Sam. And you said you were in the Robins Cup. I expect to see your ass update that MyFX book or get in the Robins in 2023 like you said you would officially. The bullshit's done. We're done. We're past all that stuff. It's time for the real show. It's time for a new world record. It's time for these talkers to get shut the fuck down. We have 2 more subjects and then we're done. Hang in there. All right, so you know the results come from submitting to the process. Now, obviously you hear me talk about that throughout this entire presentation. You hear me also talk about it in other long drawn out dronings. But why losing is not something that could be viewed or should be viewed as failure. Individual incremental losses. You want to be encouraged? Go to my, I think I titled it First Year Result Expectations. Like if you want to see what a new student, what their trading account's going to look like when they get out there and start really trying to push with real money, I honestly believe and I'm not saying that would be a full year. Now, I condensed a lot of things and did a lot of things with my own experience, but to double your money, which is what you're supposed to be aiming for. If you go back to my original teachings in Baby Pips, when I was on that platform, I said that you should be aiming for 6% a month. If you do that, you'll make 100% return on your equity. That is a phenomenal rate of return. Do not let anybody tell you that that's not a good return. That's fucking sick. That's crazy returns. If you're consistently able to do that and you walk into a institution and say, look, here's my shit, here's my credentials, they'll put you through a little process, pat you on the back, and then they'll give you a chance. Not everybody, obviously, but if you are proving yourself like that and you got real accounts that you can do that shit, you will be acquired, because that's a skill set that most people can't do. And you got to do it with low risk. Low risk. How's that done? 30% of your equity, less than 2% risk, but very routine. And you can walk into money management, fund management, all those types of things. But you can't just say, hey, look, I went through ICT's mentorship and therefore I know smart money concepts and you people are going to pick me up. They're going to find me. They're going to find nothing. They're not going to find nothing. You got to come there with the receipts. And when you have them, you're going to stand out. And they're going to be real interested in what you're doing. And if they consider you, they'll give you a small test, a small threshold of here's what you can do. To see what you can do with this. And if you do well with that, then they'll allocate more. And then you could be in shit. I don't think most people can handle other people's money. That's a type of risk and stress that is outside the scope of this conversation. It's way beyond normal stress. Like that's crazy amount of stress. But there's a lot of people that want to do it. And that's one approach where you can. But knowing that the process that I'm putting you through in your training is that you're not going to look at your losing trades as ultimate failure. Whereas when you do have a losing trade, think about what it feels like when you do it wrong. It feels like the whole world's crashing down and you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. You feel embarrassed. You're glad that nobody saw you lose that trade because And what would they think? What would they say? And what would your response be to what they say about you losing that trade? I told you so. That's a pipe dream. That shit don't work. SMC concepts are full of shit. Listen, if I can come up through all the bullshit that I did and find these patterns that are very, very, very consistent with my own family members and friends doubting me, telling me everything and every reason why it wouldn't ever materialize, you can do it. But you just got to stop putting all that weight on one transaction or one trading day or one trading week or one trading month.